Ladies and gentlemen, greetings and welcome to Muka podcast, the #1 healthy podcast in Uganda and the world at large. My name is Joseph from Banyol, your host for this particular episode. On this episode, I'm so amazed to have one of our guests. Before I introduce the guest, let me take this opportunity to thank each and everybody who always come back to watch, learn and grow. Thank you so much, you mean a lot to us. Let me take this opportunity to welcome each one of you to join this community and hear more interviews that will help you to become happier, healthier and more healed. All I want you to do is to hit on the subscribe button. I know it is incredible to leave your comment there. My guest today is an entrepreneur, a professional teacher. Let me give him an opportunity to introduce himself. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure, Mr. Joseph.
Yes, sure.
Thank you so much for hosting me. It's a pleasure. And I really like such initiatives to make sure that you empower the communities and you keep them informed about what is taking place here and there. It's a pleasure to our viewers. We can't thank you enough. I'm Nelson Tumuhaisi. Tumuhaisi was born from Bara, that's specifically Chiruhura, Uganda. And I came to Port in 2020 for business. I'm a Rotarian, I'm a businessman, and I'm a student of law at Uganda Pentecostal University.
Somebody outside there who is watching us would want to know who is Nelson.
If you go back to people I've studied with, primary, secondary, university, and they will all find the one person. I'm more of a community influencer in actions. That's why I joined Rotary, Rotract, and I'm a boy child advocate above all. I'm a human rights activist, but above all, I specify in advocating for the rights of boys and men.
Okay, that's very interesting, advocating for rights of boys and men. We know in this country, Uganda, and all over the world, a lot of initiatives, NGOs, companies, they advocate for young girls. But for you specifically, you chose to advocate for young boys. Why?
I move with evidence based on ground. I'll give an example. If you visited the man home in Kitumba, you find that out of 100 people who are there, 98 are boys. But these boys, most of those in sexual related cases, they commit these offenses with girls. If you go to Katojo, you find that the number of people who are there are men. You're getting it. But again, if you went back to villages, or even this town, you look at the status of people mostly doing border or average jobs, you find they are boys. Now it comes back to calling why boys everywhere. You find that even these people who are doing this stuff and the boys, most times they were denied some justice somewhere. And I looked at almost all NGOs, like you mentioned, advocate for girl child. So if you find after Second World War in 1945, because a lot of men were killed in the war, girls started getting empowered. And they came on board and there was a need for girl child empowerment. That's why even in the UN setting, there is a room for girls. There is UN women sector. So they came with an initiative of funding and empowering girls to bring equality, which was a very good initiative. But then, 1940s, when this government came in 1986, it gave a platform for ladies, it empowered ladies, which was so good. But now, the policies that were used in 1980s, 1990s somehow need adjustment. I'll give an example. If you look at every constituency or district, there must be a woman MP. It means there's a possibility for having all the 3 MPs as women, but not men. But even those men who are there advocating for women most times. If you look in secondary, you look at O level, mostly A level, find we work for 20 points, but a girl has 1.5. So my take home would be if they had that 1.5, maybe they leave 0.5 for a girl child, then the 1 point to the other group of disabled. We have people who are deaf, people who can't talk, people who are, you find some, because you can't tell me a girl from a good school will take the 1.5 and then a boy from a village school will just be great. You understand my take home?
Yeah, sure.
So if there is some kind of adjustment, it would make better. I think women are now represented, according to me. Statistics have it. Uganda's population, biggest percentage are the youth. But now, how are we represented?
Yes.
But having all CBOs, community-based organizations, or NGOs, non-government organizations, out of 10, 9.8 for them advocate for girls and children. And this leave boys underprivileged.
In your journey of advocating for boys mostly, what are the most of the challenges that you have faced, and how have you found a way of combating them?
I started this in 2018 when I was at Kampala International University doing my first bachelor's. Even at campus, these things exist. If every faculty had a woman MP. You understand? Yeah, so like my faculty of business and management, at one point all the MPs were ladies, which was okay. But I realized that boys were underprivileged at the community level and even at the sector of employment, because it's hard for you to go with a girl for a job and you go through however much you're capable of what. You visit all banks, you find ladies there, then men drivers, askaris, blah 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 blah. But not to use a hate speech. It's more of an idea. I've shared with it with very many people, and I see they buy the idea. It's real. Because before I look at this challenge and what, I want to first tell you, we are empowering ladies, which is very good, but we are not teaching the boy children on how to handle or deal with empowered ladies. And this means tomorrow we are preparing these people for gender-based violence. I don't think, Joseph, if you're a senior 2 dropout, you marry someone who has a bachelor's degree from Makerere, there will be respect.
Yeah.
Even if it's there, at one point you find that, these things we have, the problem is they were there. Feelings, emotions, and temper. So when you put in feelings, when you mix the three, you find getting egos. You find
yeah, sure.
It's me bringing something on table. So we have feminists around. At times you talk about your concept, and they see it as if you're trying to fight them. But what I want to tell you, because I don't have enough exposures now, as in connectivity on how to raise this, trust me, even the responsible ladies would want to have a room for boy children.
Boy child is left out on a hustle. So do you think other stakeholders, mostly NGOs, because we see NGOs are always on the ground. Do you think these NGOs and other bodies of the nation, have they tried to do what it takes to empower the boy child?
I'm sure they are doing it, but at a very low percentage. I can give them 5% out of 100.
5 only?
Yeah,
why
because I'll give an example.
Yes.
Look at all NGOs. They have a room for ladies and children. They are what we call PWADs, people with disabilities. It's hard for one to believe that a boy child can be physical, okay, like like you are, but needs something to do with counseling and what. Now, I'll first give you an example to show you that they haven't done a lot. When most people go to schools, they look at menstrual hygiene, counseling and guidance to girls, pregnancy testing to girls and what, and leave out boys, most people. But I want to tell you, when you tell a girl child, don't sleep with a boy, and you don't talk to a boy, you're doing a disservice to the community. Because it's easier to tell me, a girl child, don't do this, say no to sex. And when you don't talk to the boy child, now you're risking. I'll give an example. The concept of empowering boy child is as big as this. I'll start with the biggest challenge in the world, corruption. Most companies don't employ boys because they are corrupt. Even when these people are corrupt, they don't eat this money with their parents or brothers. You find Nelson, I'm employed somewhere, I still manage to take my girl child out. Still the same girl children that are empowered, and the reasons why some men are corrupt. I'll give another example. I'm a border cyclist. I don't know how to interpret road signs. I just ride to reach where I'm going and come back and look for another client. You understand?
Yes.
See how I ride your girl child into a snow track. Who loses? I'm not empowered, I'm left behind as a boy child. I can give an example. I'm always to Bundubujo. Bundubujo, the biggest economic activity apart from cocoa and vanilla, maybe, and palm oil, it's border riding. So if it fails, it means this boy child will think of rooting Are you getting it? You go, you study, you make money, you come back to the village. You find the unempowered boy child who didn't go to school. He's going to steal you. Times they do aggravated robbery because of situation. I want to tell you, not all thieves are so because they are born thieves. Some people's situations drive them into that. I'm out of all options apart from stealing. I don't defend them, but at times situation drive them that far. So if NGOs would realize, if we are fighting all these things, what is the best approach? So we apply the bottom-up approach. At least if an NGO is empowering 10 people, it's okay for 6 to be girls and 4 boys. Even if 7 are girls, but 3 boys. Yes. Because at the end of the day, we shall need to have these boy children empowered. At the end of the day, the nature has it. A boy must be there for bills. You can find my girl child, my wife earns more than I do, but it's me to pay rent, pay the fees and what.
Yeah, all burden is on you.
And when you go to UK, they try to streamline it.
Yes.
As in most times in UK, as a family, you must have one bank account. If you're married to someone, it's one bank account. Yes. Which is not the case here. You find she's working, doing everything, driving your own car that you even fail, but she earns more than you. So at the end of the day, we find that empowering only girls and leaving behind the boy child, there is a community inequality, a social inequality that is being left behind.
So, social inequality, and we need to empower boys. What do you think can be done to empower boys? Because we are seeing criminals are high. You talked of criminal among men, boys, because we have not yet seen a girl, a woman, being caught of stealing something from the village. But a big percentage of boys, men, are the ones who are culprits of such actions.
One, we need to do needs assessment. We even start that from areas that are already affected. You go to your village, look at Nelson has how many children, how many are here, how many are there. You go to things like Katojo, get statistics. How many prisoners do you have? You understand? Then after that, how many are ladies, how many are females, male. Then after getting that, why? Give you an example of the remand home in Kitumba, here in Fort Portal. Out of 10 people were there, 9.8 are boys. But you find he slept with. There are some stereotypes that we have to stop. That a boy can't rape. Because I'm sure a boy can as well be raped. Now, how does it come about? If you can do a needs assessment, may I like the bottom-top approach. You realize people who are there, maybe rape cases, deferment cases, and what? Now, what do we do? Go back on ground. Use the local council leaders. How do we empower these people? You find that these boys, they have their daily schedule. By 7, they do this. By midday, do this. At exactly 3, they are somewhere for Meirungi. Yes. You're getting it?
Yeah, sure.
So after getting Meirungi, that's when you come to the problem of mental health.
Yes,
you sleep with a goat, you sleep with your child, you've had because they are not the one. And there is a situation that drove them to that. I didn't talk of the part of mental health. Because some cases, most times, are committed when these people are not very sober. Maybe he's drunk, he has taken something toxic, he's not himself, he commits an offense. Because, I'll give an example. If you went to a remand home, you find people who are below 18, the children are there remanded. You realize this, did this, find out how. So after getting the problem, you get a solution. Most times you don't create a solution for the problem you haven't already identified.
Yes.
Then for people in prisons, we need counseling and guidance. Right from me, I've always thought this new curriculum should have both an element of counseling and guidance. When you give a girl a pad, because every month she has to go into her periods, give a boy child counseling and guidance. Tell him to be a doctor. What do you have to do? Joseph, do you know that most people reach at senior 5, senior 4 without knowing what they want to become?
Yeah.
They just look for a combination with them.
Which means there is lack of career guidance.
Career guidance. Counseling sessions. We tell these people to become this. That's why senior 1, no one wants to become a teacher. Senior 3, by senior 1, pilot, doctor, what.
Dreams are high.
By senior 3, everyone has already engineer. No.
Yeah.
Our branch. You understand? So there are things we are taking for granted, counseling and guidance. Again, we should bring the heart of patriotism. Let everyone be your mom. Let everyone be your dad. So that if you see me in a wrong, you're able to counsel me. You're able to tell my dad is able to act. Because these days, because of, I don't know, the situation I told you, the children themselves lack parental guidance. So this is something being NGOs, government, and parents, right away from ground.
Do you think parents have done enough to nurture their children?
You know the challenge we have now, civilization, actual Western civilization. This moment that we have now. After COVID, almost everything changed. Mostly from 2022 up to date, yes. The world is still changing. People were able to access phones.
Yes.
People grow while still in low classes. Now you find I'm on TikTok, I do what. Things have changed right away from the dress code up to everything I can't mention.
Yes.
Now, before that, parents, because themselves they were not nurtured. This is not something, by the way, at times they say charity begins at home. When you're half-baked, trust me, unless you learn the hard way. I don't know if it's because of situation, but parents somehow also have neglected their roles. You find a child grows with a maid right off from the second month on the bottle of milk. You find someone goes to boarding school when in P1, when in pre-primary. You go to kindergartens. Now they are home care centers. Find the place where they take care of children. You getting it? So these people lack that parental love. So to me, parents have somehow neglected their roles. A few, less than 10% are doing what they used to be. That's why you go to nurturing dress code. Because when we talk about culture, it's a bigger concept. Culture, we talk about the religion. Now we go to churches, you find the biggest percentage are old people.
Yes.
You understand? Talk about the dress code. Look at our dress code of the people nowadays, boys, girls, children, and whatever. You find everywhere dreads, what. The world has changed. Apart from dress code, eating culture. You find someone who people taking colonized and what eating culture. I remember most times they say your food should be your number one medicine. Parents are not doing what they're supposed to do because at the end of the day, if you visit the universities and look at most of the university girls, you find they're dealing with people of their father's age and what they look at dealing with people more of their.
So basically, parents have
failed.
They have failed. Nothing they have done.
A few Muslim villages, but these town parents, because of modern time, I want my child to find someone doesn't even know how to wash, can't grind milk, can't prepare filling, can't prepare color.
Nothing.
So that is something they are making. They're actually producing half-baked wives tomorrow.
Okay. So as we're winding up, your final remarks and the advice you're giving to stakeholders, leaders mostly. What can these leaders do to inspire these young people?
As my concept of boy child uplifting program or boy child empowerment is in two ways. You see, we have boys that are underprivileged in the villages, no one pay for them, everyone stepping on their head. You understand? But again, we have boy children that are empowered, but misusing the empowerment. Let me tell you, do you know that when this is natural science, when a lady gets money, she thinks of now being independent. I can do without my husband. But when boys get money, they think now I need another wife, I need a good car. You understand? So there is another empowerment. We need people who are already empowered. I'll give you an example. Just if you start around town, you get sometime at 3, somewhere does a kill. Go to any bar, you look at the machines that are there, expensive cars, not even a Pro Box, expensive cars. Enter. Look at every boy child who is there with a girl child and count how many boy children are there with their wives. You're getting it? That is a time when someone can spend the whole school fees of his child in a bar. But the child is home seated because he was just from school, no fees. They have no rent. The wife is also suffering now. So as you look at boy child empowerment, there are often those people who are empowered, have it all, but are misusing it.
Yes, they have the opportunity, but not sharing it to people who...
You find, I'm Nelson. I went to somebody I won't mention. He spent 800, not even to a boy child, a girl child. So as boys, if we really want to settle and make it, we need to really do without. We should remove. There's love and lust. As you ask me about what our leaders can do, I would want our leaders to first see, mostly families, gender-based violence, domestic violence. What brings that? We should train everyone to deal with one another. We should go back to the villages, ask how do we connect to this. When we are making recommendation to government and other NGOs, we make sure that everyone needs to be empowered. You can't know who can be there for tomorrow. And if we can work together with government, community, and everyone becomes a parent to everyone, we can have a better community. But not forgetting that not empowering a boy child is also risking the security and the society at large.
Okay, thank you so much. This has been all from our guest we have today, Nelson. We need to empower boy child, because if we empower girl child and we leave boy child, it means we are creating problems for our country, for the future of our grandchildren or the people who come to live in this country. We know all we need to empower each other, and we are responsible to help each other to have a better upbringing or to have a better future. I've been your host, Joseph from Banyoro. I wish you the best for God and my country.
Thank you so much.